It's Weekend Update with Colin Jost and Michael Che.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you. Oh, God, Jesus. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to Weekend Update. I'm Michael Che.
I'm Colin Jost. This week, President Trump traveled 14,000 miles round trip to China for a 48-hour summit, which historians are already calling could have been an email. President Trump arrived in China, but instead of Xi Jinping, he was greeted by the country's vice president, Han Zhang, or as Trump called him, Xi Jinping.
President Trump was greeted at the Great Hall of the People by school children jumping up and down in excitement, shouting, "It's the man from the hats we make." President Trump brought his son Eric to China as a gift.
This week, CIA Director John Ratcliffe traveled to Cuba, which has run out of oil and is experiencing massive blackouts. We sent the CIA director because the FBI guy is also experiencing massive blackouts.
U.S. and Chinese authorities conducted a joint operation to arrest members of a drug smuggling ring. So great work, Agents Carter and Lee. Cole Thomas Allen has pleaded not guilty to attempting to assassinate the president, a crime which carries a maximum penalty of life in prison. He could also be charged with trying to kill the vice president, which carries a maximum penalty of a full pardon. Is that too real?
Too real. Health Secretary RFK Jr., seen here showing how vaccines turn you gay, said that during an Oval Office event that in 1970, men had twice the sperm count as our teenagers do today. The teenage sperm counts were measured at the You Sure This Is Legal Institute.
President Trump said in an interview that he is now referring to Democrats as Democrats because they're dumb. Clever. He's also referring to himself as the greatest president of all time.
According to a senior official, President Trump keeps a letter in the Resolute desk addressed to Vice President J.D. Vance in the event he dies or is assassinated. The letter reads simply, "I wish it had been you."
President Trump has rejected Iran's latest demands to end the war, including recognition of Iranian sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz and U.S. war reparations. You want reparations from America? Get in line, honey.
Yeah. Texas Senator John Cornyn has introduced legislation to rename a state highway Trump Interstate because for some reason people associate Trump with traffic across state lines.
Conservative political figure Kari Lake has been appointed by President Trump to be the next ambassador to Jamaica. Lake says her top priority will be to convert reggae to reg straight. FIFA announced that this year's World Cup final will have a halftime show featuring Madonna, Shakira, and BTS, which is being described as something for everyone to dislike.